They told us all the same story. Work hard, get a good job, save your money, and if you keep at it, one day you'll be rich. But here's the truth. It's a lie. Because hard work alone has never made anyone truly wealthy. In fact, it's the very thing that keeps most people trapped. Trapped in jobs that drain them, trapped in routines that never scale, trapped in a system designed to reward effort, but not freedom. So if hard work isn't the answer, what is? Here's the illusion. The people who work the hardest often earn the least. Think about it. The janitor, working double shifts. The nurse on her feet for 12 hours straight. The construction worker, hammering under the sun. The factory worker who never misses a day. They pour in more hours, more sweat, more energy than anyone else. And yet, their paycheck barely covers rent, food, and bills. Meanwhile, look at the wealthy. Many of them don't work harder. Some barely seem to work at all. And still, their wealth multiplies while they sleep. Why? Because hard work by itself doesn't create wealth. Hard work only creates survival. Look at the global numbers. The hardest working jobs, cleaners, farmers, laborers, sit at the bottom of the pay scale. Meanwhile, the jobs that actually build wealth, investors, entrepreneurs, creators, aren't measured in sweat or hours. They're measured in leverage. That's the first trap, believing that effort equals reward. In reality, effort without leverage is a treadmill. No matter how fast you run, you're still stuck in the same place. And even in the middle class, the illusion continues. The corporate employee working 60-hour weeks, checking emails at midnight. The lawyer with a 6-figure income, but 60-hour weeks to match. The manager with the shiny new car and crushing monthly payments. On paper, they look successful, but in reality, they're exhausted, trapped, and just one paycheck away from collapse. It doesn't matter if you wear a suit or a uniform. If your income resets every month, you're still caught in the same cycle. While the middle class is taught to trade hours for dollars, the wealthy are playing a completely different game. They don't measure life in paychecks. They measure it in assets. Most people see money in a straight line. 1 hour of work equals $20. 10 hours equals $200. It feels logical, simple, fair. But that straight line is a trap, because your time is limited. You only get 24 hours in a day, and no matter how hard you work, you can never escape that ceiling. The wealthy understand this. That's why they build systems. A doctor might earn 6 figures a year, but the moment they stop showing up to the hospital, the income disappears. Meanwhile, an investor earns while he sleeps. An author spends 6 months writing a book and collects royalties for decades. The difference isn't luck, and it's not intelligence, it's leverage. The rich don't just work for money, they create assets that keep paying them long after the work is done. History always leaves us clues. The Roman Empire didn't collapse overnight. It crumbled under the weight of debt and excess. Wealth concentrated at the top, while ordinary citizens borrowed more, spent more, and survived on bread and circuses. Sound familiar? Today, we live in a modern Rome. Credit cards, student loans, mortgages. People borrow not to invest, but to maintain a lifestyle, not realizing they're locking themselves into decades of quiet servitude. Debt compounds too, but in the wrong direction. One credit card balance becomes 2. One loan multiplies into 10. The interest grows silently, relentlessly. What once felt like freedom hardens into chains. And this is why the poor and middle class fall behind. Not because they don't work, but because the system compounds against them. Theory alone won't change your life. The question is, how do you actually apply this? The answer comes down to 3 shifts. Shift number 1, move from time to assets. If all your income depends on your job, you're trapped. The moment you stop working, the money stops too. Instead, use part of your time to build something that keeps working, even when you don't. It could be an investment account compounding quietly in the background. It could be a side project, writing, creating, building a digital product. It could be mastering a high-value skill that pays you for decades. The rule is simple. Every hour you spend should either pay you now or build something that pays you later. Shift number 2, automate your compounding. The wealthy don't rely on willpower, they rely on systems, automatic investments every month, automatic savings before spending, automatic habits for learning, reading daily, journaling, studying. The system runs even when motivation fades. That's how compounding really works. Quietly, consistently, without drama. One day you wake up, and the snowball has become an avalanche. Shift number 3, protect your focus. Time is money, yes, but focus is leverage. A distracted mind cannot build wealth. Every hour lost to scrolling, every day wasted on shallow tasks, is energy leaking away. Cal Newport calls it deep work. Focused, undisturbed effort that compounds faster than any busy work. Here's the paradox. The less you try to do, the more leverage you create. Wealth isn't about doing more. It's about doing fewer things, better, and letting them multiply. And if you can shift from time to assets, automate your compounding, and protect your focus, you've already stepped off the hamster wheel. You've started playing by new rules, the rules of leverage and systems, the very rules the wealthy have used for centuries. Until you understand the principle of compounding, you'll always feel stuck in the same cycle. But once you see it, once you realize the game isn't about hours, but about systems, you can never unsee it. And from that moment on, the game changes forever.